Welcome back, our dear candidates, from the other session where we talked about the shadows, the properties of shadows, formation, the importance of shadows and their dangers. In this session, we're looking at eclipses, and we're saying that an eclipse is a natural shadow formed when light from the sun is blocked by either the moon or the earth. We have bodies, or what we call the features, that are involved in an eclipse. So for an eclipse to take place, there must be the sun, there must be the moon, and there must be the earth. So that's why we're saying there are bodies or features involved in an eclipse. Dear candidates, we have the different types of eclipses. When you check in your workbooks, they are majorly talking about the two types, that is the solar eclipse or the eclipse of the sun, and the lunar eclipse or eclipse of the moon. However, we should not take things for granted. These days, anything can happen or it can come. We've added the annular eclipse, so I request that you include it in your workbook so that you are not left behind. Under eclipses, majorly we talk about how they are formed. So to begin with, the solar eclipse or the eclipse of the sun, I've put these letters SME, then EMS. This summarizes this sentence, which says that the solar eclipse occurs when the moon comes between the sun and the earth, as shown here in the diagram. So you realize that here you have the moon appearing between, and there the moon is in between the earth and the sun, or the sun and the earth. That's why you have SME and EMS. So we have the sun here, then the moon in between. Here, when this solar eclipse is occurring, we're saying that the moon is between, and there is a total shadow which is formed here, known as umbra. In the annular eclipse, this umbra may not be formed completely as in the solar eclipse. Instead, the earth receives a partial shadow, which we have called penumbra. That is in annular eclipse. But solar eclipse, the whole of this part receives total shadow or umbra. Then lunar eclipse, or the eclipse of the moon. Still, I'm using these letters SEM, MES, same mess. We see that here the earth is between the sun and the moon. So, in brief, a lunar eclipse occurs when the earth passes between the sun and the moon as it resolves, such that the three are in a straight line. We are adding a statement saying that because the earth is opaque, you remember opaque objects? Objects which do not allow light to pass through them. So the effect they have, we said, they block light and form a shadow. So we are saying because the earth is opaque, it blocks light from the sun and forms a total shadow. Total shadow here we are talking about umbra on the moon. So the illustration is here. As you can see, the earth is in the middle, or it is between the moon and the sun, or the sun and the moon. Mess, same. So the moon here receives a total shadow which is Ambler. We have the annular eclipse. Like I said, we should not leave it out, and you need to take note because you do not have it in the workbooks. And we are saying that an annular eclipse happens when the moon is farthest from the earth. Because the moon is farther away from the earth, it seems smaller and does not block the entire view of the sun. When you check your PLE booklets, one of these eclipses came of recent, so we should not take these things for granted. We need to always revise these eclipses. You never know what can happen or what can come in examination. So dear candidates, attached is the work about the eclipses. Thank you for participating, and do that work carefully. Thank you so much.